Welcome to York Run Stadium for tonight's game between the James Buchanan Rockets and your Albert Gallatin Colonials. I'm Tommy Victor alongside Zach Wood. Currently the conditions are dry, sunny, 81 degrees, and a perfect day for football. So Zach, what do you plan on seeing today?
I'm hoping to see the AG Colonials drive the ball right down the field. First drive, first play.
We got a chance to watch James Buchanan warm up, and size is definitely going to be an advantage for the Rockets, I believe. What do you think?
You know, they got some bigger guys on their team, but I think that size will also cost them. They're bigger, they're going to be a little bit slower, they're going to wear out faster, Tommy.
I agree, and as we've seen the first home game for the Colonials, speed is definitely a factor that the Colonials are able to use to their advantage and help really drive their offense. I mean, we've seen quick, big plays happen, and the Colonials, they don't seem to wear out.
Yeah, Tommy, they're going to use the finesse that they have to really get around these guys and break the tackles tonight.
So as we wait for the teams to come out, conditions can't be any better.
No, the sun was shining, the sun went down, starting to cool out around us. I think we're going to have a nice evening, sit here and watch some good football.
Colonials are coming off a bye week, too, which is going to be huge. Rest some players, kind of regroup, more time in the film room, get to see what your opponent is. The Buchanan Rockets are 2-2, but, I mean, with that size, the record has to not give the full story. I mean, we saw some big wide receivers who I think could cause a big mismatch if they're able to get the passing game going.
We have the 2-0 Colonials this year, Tommy. It's a really good start to the year. I think they're going to have a really good season. We're going to start out good.
Yeah, I mean, in the record for the Colonials, 2-0, it was a dominant win last time at home here. I mean, it was a big, big, big game, morale boost, and the Colonials were able to carry it into their second game of the season, and hopefully the bye week doesn't kill that momentum.
There's a lot of positive thinking out here tonight, Tommy. Hopefully we can turn that positive thinking into some big plays for the Colonials.
I'm wondering what the delay is. I don't know if we're running ahead of schedule but fans still filtering in, it looks like. Hopefully the Colonials can get a little more home field advantage as the crowd slowly starts to fill in the seats. Actually, we've seen a decent amount of people come in since probably 15 minutes ago. I mean, it's definitely picking up, and it's going to be huge for the Colonials. That first game, the crowd was definitely a factor. Helped the Colonials stay motivated, stay driven, not give up, keep the foot on the pedal, and just play good football.
Well, I can say, Tommy, it is a beautiful night. I know the last game I came to, you saw me here. It was pouring down rain. I was soaking wet. It's definitely got to be a lot more enjoyable of an experience tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely going to allow the passing game to be a factor where when the weather's bad in high school football, it's just the passing game is non-existent. Here comes the Rockets, carrying a decent amount of people. I think we're around 36 for the Rockets, I believe, which is a huge difference compared to Carrick on the last home game that only had around 25 on the roster. So definitely more of a variety for the Rockets, a lot more ability to substitute, get the matchups they want, and just give guys breaks. Where Carrick, I mean, one thing Colonials were able to do was just outlast them.
Let's bring on your Colonials!
Here comes the Colonials.
The breaking of the banner, they're all fired up. They're ready to go, Tommy.
It's going to be huge, and, I mean, I can't even describe what a 3-0 start would be for this school, this community. I mean, it would be huge. I mean, there's a lot riding on this game because to be 3-0 after a winless season last year, it brings a whole different dynamic to the program and to the school.
You got one on them?
We're about 3 minutes from kickoff.
Welcome to today's competition. Your paid or complimentary admission to this event entitles you to enjoy an exhibition of skills developed by the students in an educational setting. Please give these students your positive encouragement and support. Booing, taunting, or intimidating the officials or opponents is unfriendly and unacceptable. Remember, sportsmanship.
Colonial band is
the only
making its
missing
way to the
piece
side of the
is
field.
you.
The ever-popular Colonial band. Very good band. They've really been successful.
Yeah, it sounded very, very, very good. The beginning of this game with the national anthem and alma mater. We're just waiting for a coin toss, and referee's going to signal for both sides to bring their captains out and decide who gets to try to make the first strike.
A reminder that there is no re-entry to tonight's game if you leave at halftime.
And if I'm the Colonials,
And
I'll be
thank you
honest,
to our
I want to be on
sponsors for
defense
tonight's
first. That
pizza
defense
Hut.
was impressive
Somebody
against
doesn't
Carrick,
like
as
the
the front
Hut.
defensive
And
line was just able to
Evans
penetrate
down on the
nonstop
farm.
and be a constant problem in the backfield.
That, and it's always nice to receive the ball at halftime.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Tonight's captains for Albert Gallatin, number 2, Bruno Fabricki, number 3, Antonio Efford, number 6, Dylan Shea, and number 60, Dylan Thomas. For James Buchanan, number 2, Caden Stoner, number 7,
Buchanan had about a
Sebastian
3-hour
Barnes,
drive here, so
number 34,
they're definitely anxious to get this
Dalton Gray,
game started.
50, Sean Reed, and number 57, Dalton Buck.
Albert Gallon on the coin toss. Elected to shake hands. Let's go.
I couldn't make out what the call was.
AG won the coin toss. I didn't hear either. I didn't really hear what they said, Tommy, but I know Albert Gallatin definitely won the coin
Tonight's
toss.
officials are led by referee
We're about to
Andy
find
Rosardi,
out.
joined by umpire Tom Grimm. Linesman
Really,
Scott
from the
Brown,
first home game, the Colonials,
line judge Ed Fazzardi,
they'll be fine if they're
field
starting
judge
out getting the
Jessica
ball or
Melodia,
defending. I mean,
and side judge
they were
Vaughn
able to do everything
Field.
right, and it was impressive to see the amount of playmakers they had on both sides of the ball.
A reminder, Albert Gallatin is a tobacco-free stadium. Please refrain from the use of any tobacco products, or you will be asked to
And the
immediately.
Colonials are going to be receiving the ball.
Let's see. Who's going to be our kick returner, Tommy?
We have, looks like Bruno Fabricki, and these numbers are hard to see, so bear with me. I want to say number 28 for the Colonials, Caleb Lang. Both are playmakers that
Kicking
can
off for James
make a
Buchanan
big
will be
splash
number 9,
early in this
Griffin
game.
Peterson. Back to return, number 2, Bruno Fabricki, and number 28, Caleb Lang.
Here we go, opening kickoff. It looks like Fabricki's going to take it. Goes the outside.
It's going.
One cut. Down to about the 35-yard. That's a good return. I mean, gives your team good field position. He wasn't able to field it cleanly to begin with, so any positive
16
yardage is good
yards
yardage.
by Fabricki.
Yeah, definitely. That wasn't a bad return at all.
The 36.
At the 36-yard line. Hopefully we convert some downs and we're in the end zone.
It'll be interesting to see, do the Colonials go out with the run game that was successful, or do they try passing the ball, trying to make the field a little longer and try to spread it out a little bit?
Well, the weather's perfect for either option tonight, Tommy. They have their pick of what they want to do.
Tristan Robinson under the gun. Quarterback draw. Gets a solid about 9 yards on the carry.
First down, Tommy.
Oh. Wow.
We're going to move the chains.
Wow, and that was
Carry by number 4, Tristan
that was
Robinson
a,
for 10 yards.
That was an odd spot because it didn't look like he had it. It looked like he was about a half yard short, but the far sideline judge signaled it, so we're going to go with it.
It's all about that forward progress.
Yep.
Crowd is starting to fill in from the James Buchanan side here.
Robinson back. Hands it off to number 14.
Looks like a loss of about 2.
Carry by Malik Kirby. No gain on the play.
Colonials will be running under center a good bit this season, and I'll be honest, I like it. I think it gives a different dynamic, and I feel like a lot of teams abandon the traditional formations where you can't go wrong with what used to work. So we'll see what they do here on second down.
Definitely nothing wrong with a quick draw play up the middle.
Fabricki in motion, pitch to Fabricki. Yeah, he's going to have a lot of room to work with.
He's going, Tommy. Pushed out at about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, great run by Fabricki, and defense wasn't expecting an outside run. Yeah, it looks like there's a flag on the play. We'll have to see what it is. And it's going to go. It's going to be against the Colonials.
Legal block in the back on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second half.
Oh, and that hurts. That hurts the Colonials. Big run. But luckily, I mean, you don't really lose yardage, but you had the potential for a big game.
After the penalty, 2nd down and 8.
We've seen some big runs so far, Tommy. I don't see why they won't bust out with another one.
One running back in the backfield for the Colonials. Robinson under center. In a perfect run up the middle. Malik Kirby powering through the defense. Good gain, and that should be a first down.
Run game coming out real strong tonight.
Yep. Which, I mean, is expected. I mean, the Colonials, they tried passing the ball against Carrick, but, I mean, let's be honest. The run game is what got them the points, so why abandon it?
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Isn't that the truth? Colby Verano lined up at running back. Fabricki in motion. It's going to be a run up the middle.
He's jammed up.
Verano, he tried pushing forward, but the defense was all over that.
Colby Verano.
Sometimes the holes just close up.
The 35, tackled by Reed.
It's going to be second down for Colonials. About, say, second down and 7. Yep. Verano back, running back. And it's going to be a pass to number 6. And
just a little deep for him.
He was open, too. Good pass attempt by Tristan Robinson. Just unable to connect to Dylan Shea, who, I'll be honest, a couple steps faster or the ball thrown a couple yards back. You're talking a touchdown there because there was nobody around. I like the pass look, though. I think the Colonials don't want to fall into this lull of constant running. That pass, it changes the way the defense has to scheme for you. Third down, Robinson under center. It's going to be a sweep to number 28, I believe.
Caleb
Lang. And we'll have to see where the spot is. They're going to spot him short. It's going to be 4th down, and Colonials, I mean, going to have to go for it, it looks like.
How's our kicking game this year, Tommy?
Do
we kick many field goals?
No.
up.
At least from what I've seen
And
so
one.
far. We're
Not from this distance, at
no,
least.
no. And Malik Kirby's back in the game, so he's going to be a factor in the run game. Oh, it's quarterback draw. Robinson up the middle, gets the first down. And I like that play call. It definitely was available, and I'm all for your quarterback running to get what you need to get for the first
Carried
down.
by Robinson for
Hey,
7
Tom Brady
yards.
does it all the time. It moves the
10,
chains.
22,
Yup.
And Albert Gallatin, first down.
Colonials are just outside the red zone, and we'll see if they try to pass the ball maybe in this situation. A little bit of a shorter field, try to spread it out, make the defense run a little thin. And I mean, if you give them a look for a pass and you have the ability to maybe run an option, I'm all for it. I mean, this Colonial team has speed, which it's tough to defend against. And quarterback keeper again, Robinson. He has daylight.
He's going. Looks like
And,
we're going to move the chains again,
yep,
Tommy.
another first down. And
Looks like we're first and goal.
Rockets have a tough task now. Tough task. They're defending probably, I can't tell exactly, probably 9 yards.
13-yard gain
And,
to the James Buchanan
I mean, it's
9.
tough. The Colonials are putting together a good drive. They're eating up a
Gallatin,
decent amount of clock.
First down.
It's just they're in rhythm, and they have control of the game so far. It's going to be up to the Rockets to try to stop this momentum and hopefully make an impact play that turns the tide in their favor. And another keeper by Robinson, and looks like he's going to be stopped just short.
Looks like maybe he has a yard.
Keeper
Yep.
by Robinson.
Another great run, though, Zach. I
8-yard
mean, the
gain.
holes are opening up, and the
Inside
defense,
the 1-yard
that's
line,
3
second
quarterback
and
draw
goal.
plays in a row that they look surprised.
Hey, when you got a good line, Tommy, you can do a lot.
Isn't that, and that's the whole thing. I mean, the Colonials, we were talking about size. I thought size would be a big disadvantage for the Colonials, but instead, they're dominating the line of scrimmage right now.
Bigger always doesn't mean stronger.
And technique is a big thing that you can't substitute for. Verano in the backfield. And
Did he make it?
it looks like he's going to be just short.
Oh, that looks close.
That's going to bring up third down for the Colonials.
Keeper by Robinson, stopped at the goal line by Henry. Third and goal, Albert Gallatin.
And I wonder what the Colonials are going to call here. I mean, you still have 2 downs. I mean, you're definitely in fourth down territory. I mean, that's without question. I would just let the quarterback fall forward.
When
I
you're
mean,
this close, Tommy, I always say just give it to the quarterback. Let him tuck behind that lineman and push forward.
Oh, and they're going to go outside. And it's going to pay dividends. That's a touchdown for the Colonials.
Touchdown, Colonials.
Looks like number 28, Caleb Lang. And
Number 28, Caleb Lang.
it was perfect. I mean,
For
perfectly
Albert
executed. He was
Gallatin,
patient. He hit the right hole. And
touchdown.
we have Colonials with 6 right now. So with 5 minutes left in the first quarter, we have Colonials 6, the Rockets nothing. And we'll see. The Colonials look like they're going to go for an extra point.
Scoring the first touchdown definitely puts that team in some positive light.
We have Nick Hebb, the kicker for the Colonials. Bad snap. Oh. And that was just a bad snap, and the holder just unable to recover. And I feel like there wasn't really a backup plan for that. So best case scenario, fall on it and move on. So now you're up 6. Ran a lot of time off the clock. Now let's see what that defense. It was impressive last home game. Let's see if they can put up a good defensive stand against this Rocket offense and hopefully get the ball back in their offense's hands and let them do their thing. A big key thing to focus on if you're Colonials is containment. You don't want to give up, after scoring the first touchdown, you don't want to give up a kick return for a touchdown. You want to contain this. You want to hold them. You want to make sure that you give your defense a chance to not have to defend a short field. Not, give them a chance. And the kick is
Short kick, let's see.
It was taken by number 34. It looks like he swallowed up around the 35-yard line. So Rockets are going to have the same field to work with as the Colonials did. So we'll see how they're able to respond.
Yeah, that was a short kick, Tommy. They really didn't gain many yards from it.
No, I was talking with Robbie last home game. I don't know if that's a strategy because you're taking the possibility of your fast returners out of the equation. So I don't know if that's a strategy to try to, just limit, not give up a splash play.
That is a good point because sometimes people move down the field, they get out of position, things get sloppy, people find holes and they break through.
And it looked like a pass attempt from number 7, Sebastian Wise, incomplete, thrown it to the big wide receiver, number 5, Grant Ellis. And
Ellis just couldn't rope it in.
I was going to say, and if that connection happens, then Colonials are in some trouble because there was a big size advantage, and that ball was thrown perfectly. It was high. It was only where his guy could get it, and it just wasn't able to connect. So we'll see. They may rely heavily on the pass game. They're out working out of a shotgun formation, so they like to spread it out. And quarterback keeper, looks like he's going to get about 4 yards maybe.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 yards on that play.
Keeper by number 7, Sebastian Wise.
And the Colonials force a third down, so we'll see if they can hold their ground and hopefully force a punt.
Third down, 5 to go.
And look for them to pass. There's some big wide receivers out there, and it looks like this quarterback could throw, so defense needs to put some pressure on him. And that's exactly what they do. Sack by, we'll say,
number 21 with
21,
some help.
13. Wow, that defense did what it had to do and put the pressure on, gets a sack, and hey, they forced fourth down. And
that was James Marvin.
That was
with
great.
The sack. He had an assist on it. Very nice.
For Bricky back to return it. And this is a dangerous spot for the Rockets because Colonials have some explosive players, and that's not that far of a run. Almost blocked.
Ooh, almost blocked.
And looks like it's going to go to the 30.
39.
39-yard line.
Punt by number 33.
Okay, so Colonials get their chance. They stack on this lead and hopefully make a statement here at home.
38-yard line, 1st and 10.
And Zach, what do you want to see from this offensive drive?
Tommy, the run game's going strong. I think they should stay with it. It looks like they have a nice mix of some draws up the middle to some tosses to the outside. Like to see some passes, too. They need to diversify a little bit.
I think we're going to see a couple passes. I feel like the Colonials have the Rockets right where they want them in scheming, and we're going to find out. Malik Kirby lined up at running back, Robinson under center. And it looks like a pitch to Fabricki, and wow. Carrying a bunch of Rockets with him. And it looks like he got the first down as long as we don't have any laundry on the field, which it doesn't look like we do. And that's going to be a first down for the Colonials down to the
first down.
49-yard line. Impressive run. And Fabricki, he's really impressed me this whole season. His ability to get outside, be patient, find the right holes, and then hit it when he has to. This offense has a lot of playmakers, and they're able to be patient. They're not just hitting the holes. They're waiting for the holes to develop and then finding the correct holes that can get the most yardage. And looks like we have number 28 in motion. Robinson drops back for a pass. And he has someone open, number
looks like
28.
Is that Caleb Lang?
Yes, it is.
Caleb Lang, he's a big player here tonight.
Completion by Robinson to Lang, and it looks like it's going to take the Colonials down to about the 25-yard line. That's another first down, Zach. This team's looking good.
A lot of big plays here tonight, Tommy. Hey, just like I wanted, they got that passing game going. They got their running game going. They could be unstoppable tonight.
I know. I'm liking this. Hopefully they can stack on another 6 points at least. And I mean, it would be huge to have even a 12-point lead in the first quarter. That's huge, especially when you're the home team. I mean, you can't ask for more.
No. A lot of fans out here supporting the Colonials tonight. Colonials are putting on a good show for them.
Robinson under center. He goes, pitches it to number 13. And it looks like he's going to have
He's
daylight.
picking up yards.
Wow.
Tackles left and right.
Wow, that was impressive
Looks
by
like
number 13, Colby Verano. And he looked like a Mack truck coming through there.
Yeah, he did. Breaking tackles left and right. Looks like he dove just to the left side of the pylon. Looks like he has about, 2 yards to go, Tommy?
Yeah, around that. And, I mean, wow. I mean, you want to talk about determination in a run? There was nothing stopping him. I mean, just powered through the defender. And I'll be honest, I think the defender was kind of surprised by the contact that he
he was shook.
he received there. So Colonials have 2 yards to go, first down. And let's see if they run a quarterback draw, as it's been working in their favor for the most part. Looks like we have Kirby in the backfield, Robinson under center. And looks like it was a handoff to Kirby, and it looks like they held him up at the line. So we're going to have a second down and probably
second and one.
Yeah, second and one, so he actually got a yard. So
1 yard line.
I mean, if you're the Colonials, you like your chances here. About a minute 35 left in the first quarter. Colonials up 6-0, and really, I can't find any complaints with this offense or defense so far. Wow, and that was a
touchdown Colonials.
That was actually a sweep to Bruno Fabricki, and he just cut it in tight. He saw that, all the defenders were going to the right side, and they're trying to stop his elusiveness to the outside. He just cuts inside. It's there. I mean, why not take it? And it looks like Colonials are going to run a swinging gate for the 2-point conversion. We'll see what they want to do with this trickery. Robinson out of the shotgun formation. It looks like Verano's back with him, and
he's going to cut
an option, and that's 2
He's got it, Tommy. 2
wow,
points.
The Rockets are lucky they didn't get a flag there, because that was a little bit late of a attempt of a tackle there. I mean, it was clear that he was across the goal line, but no flag, and Colonials are up 14-0 with a minute 12 left in the first quarter.
14, James Buchanan Rockets 0.
I'm a huge fan of the swinging gate. Always like to see it.
Colonials are really looking good tonight, Tommy.
They are.
It's almost like they cut the fuse on these Rockets and stalled them out.
Yep.
On the near side, and the cheerleaders concession stand on the far side.
And I mean, there's no substitute for a big lead early. And if the Colonials can keep this up and carry a nice lead into half, I like their chances.
Still a lot of football left. Let's keep the chains moving and
keep the momentum. Kick off.
Nice kick.
Looks like it's going to be received by number 11.
He's going to take it out for the return.
And it looks like we're going to have a flag
on the play.
I feel like it's going to be against the Rockets, but one thing I've learned, you never know until they say.
Return for 19 yards.
That was number 11 for the Rockets. Mason Line, junior. And we'll see what. Yep, it's going to be against the Rockets.
What do you think, Tommy? Block in the back?
That's what I'm thinking. Block in the back or maybe a hold. Holding. And, well, if you're the Rockets, you're having a bad evening, and that just made it a little worse. You have a nice return. You think you're getting a little bit back, and then you get pushed literally 10 yards back.
Yeah, they sure are having a rough one now. It's like my grandpap used to say, they better pack a lunch.
We have number 7 back, and it's like a run up the middle by the Rockets. Number 4, Hunter Smith, and he gets the first down. Big downhill runner there. And an interesting dynamic that you usually don't see in high school football. The Colonials are going to have to watch it. They don't get too obsessed with protecting against the pass. Oh, and that one stopped.
It's wrapped up. It looked like he dropped the ball for a second there, Tommy.
Yeah, that was number 72 for the Colonials, Brian Andrews, and that was a big stop. Almost had a face mask there. Luckily, he was able to bring the hand back and avoid giving up unnecessary yards. Wise working out of the shotgun. Receiver spread out, and he's going to pass. And he has a guy. Number 11, Mason Line with the catch, and he gets what I'd assume is a first down. Yep, right down to the 50-yard line.
He almost dropped that, Tommy.
I know, it was very close. And it looks like they're going to let the clock wind down for this first quarter. Maybe not. They're going to the line, but I don't think they realize the time. Yep. And at the end of the first quarter, your Colonials lead 14 against the James Buchanan Rockets, 0. So, Zach, one quarter, what do you think so far?
Well, 14 unanswered points put up by the Colonials. It's looking really good, Tommy. I mean, we have a lot of football left, but I think the offense is on fire right now. I think they're going to keep putting points up. Hopefully the defense gets a hold of these Rockets and puts them down.
Yeah, I mean, great football so far. Definitely giving the audience here, the audience watching the game online, giving everybody really some entertainment. You like to see good football, and the Colonials, I think, have been needing good football for a good bit of years. So hopefully we keep it up, keep the momentum going. Defense, it's bending a little bit now, but hopefully they're able to correct some things and hopefully get back to the old form of forcing a three downs and then a punt. So we'll see.
As well as our sign sponsors, including First Federal Bank. First down and 10 for the Rockets from the 50-yard line.
Wise out shotgun formation again. Let's see if they continue that passing game that seems to open up a lot of opportunity. It's actually going to be a run. And stopped by a gang of Albert Gallatin Colonials. That was number 31 with the run. Let me get his name, give him credit.
It's picking up about 1 yard, Tommy.
Logan Miller with the run. That's a big running back.
1 yard gain for James.
That is a big boy there.
Down and 9.
Guy like that hits you. It sounds like a car crash sometimes.
Pass by Wise to number 2, Caden Stoner. And it looks like we have a flag on the penalty.
I think that's a face mask penalty,
yeah.
Caden Stoner, tackled by Bruno Fabricki.
That's going to hurt the Colonials big time because right now I feel like the Rockets have figured something out of how to stop this strong Colonial defense, and they're just finding the right holes and chipping away at it. And it looks like face mask on the defense. Ball's going to be around the 40-yard line, so we have first and 10 from the 40 for the Rockets.
40-yard line, first and 10.
Wise gets a snap. Oh, a fumble.
Drops the ball.
And
looks like he scooped it
back
up.
Yeah, I feel like he recovered, but Colonials all over. You could see their determination from these kids. They want to win.
Colonials definitely are putting some pressure on this quarterback. He's been sacked once already, and just now we've seen him fumble the ball.
I feel like that was an option play, and I feel like him and the running back just one didn't know what the other person was doing. I
Right.
feel like that resulted in just you take it, no, you take it, and then it dropped. But Wise in the backfield, drops back for a pass. He looks,
and
he's going to be
he's hit hard.
sacked. Wow. And it seems like with this Colonial defense, they all get there. It's not just one person. I mean, when they get through, they're all in the backfield. And I love it. I love when you have a defense that builds off of each other. They build off of, I'll take the double team so you can get through. And that's exactly what happened there. It's just they're so good at communicating and getting to the ball that when they break through, they're going to have three back there, and it's hard to be elusive.
It's
when you
hard
have
to
three
stop
guys.
that. I know one thing, when the defense puts pressure on the quarterback like that, definitely amps up the adrenaline and the motivation of the others on the defense.
Wise drops back to pass, and it is complete to number 2, Caden Stoner, but that's not going to be enough for the first down. And it looks like they're sending the punting unit out.
Oh, it's 4th and 16. I think that's a good choice for them, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early in the game. It's still within reach. You don't want to do something stupid and give them a short field to work with. But I will say Colonials have to be on high alert for a fake here because they are still within manageable. And it looks like it's going to be a punt and a good one that is not going to be returnable, and that could be dangerous.
No, they're going to touch that at about the 1-yard line, Tommy.
Wow. And doesn't get much better than that, Zach. I mean, it was a kick that was not fieldable and miraculously rolled to a dead stop at probably the half-yard line. And Colonials are going to have their backs against the wall and not much room for error when you're there.
They're going to have to get the ball out of the backfield quick, Tommy. I tell you, they need to stay out of there.
And I think something to keep in mind, if you're the Colonials and you give up a safety, you give up momentum, you give up the ball, you give up 2 points, and it could be a completely different game. So you have to focus on just getting out of this dangerous spot. So Robinson under center, and looks like the Rockets jumped.
Flag on the play.
We'll have to see, but that could be costly.
Encroachment by the defense.
Oh,
Exactly, encroachment.
Yep. If you're the Colonials, really, what do you have to lose if you give up a false start? I mean,
First down and 5.
so that hurts the Rockets, who were anxious to get in the backfield, just a little too anxious, and they paid the price. So Colonials with a little bit of breathing room now, but not much. Kirby in the backfield, Robinson under center. And it looks like pass to Bruno for Bricky.
Bruno at the 20-yard line, it looks like.
They dug out of the trenches, and now they have a little bit of room down to about the 20-yard line and a first down. And one thing with these Colonials, they seem relaxed. It doesn't seem like they're,
They didn't realize
nervous.
that they were on their own goal line there, Tommy. They just moved forward. Now we're on the 20-yard line.
Tackled by Miller and number Gallatin.
First and 10 for the
down.
Colonials on the 19-yard line. Let's see what they come with here. I'm intrigued about what this play call is going to be. And it looks like a sweep. And able to fall forward. I mean, that I'll take that by Caleb Lang. Able
Carried by
to
Lang.
get some yards, and we'll see where they spot him. I can't
And
tell
a
because that's on the
flag
far
on
side of
the
the
play.
field for us.
Tell you, Tommy, Caleb Lang, he's really showing up for the Colonials tonight.
And what's nice about Lang is he has the athletic ability that he's a threat on the outside, but he also has the size to where he's a threat on the inside.
Back on the offense, 10-yard penalty.
Oh.
Spot on foul.
And Colonials are going to be hit with a penalty, and that hurts, but, I mean, your offense is running pretty well, so I wouldn't let that bring you down or kill your play call whatsoever. I would just run through the
Ball spotted
motions.
at the 9-yard line.
Even the best teams
First
have
down
penalties at
and
times.
21.
Robinson under center.
There's the snap.
Rolls out.
Looks like a quarterback.
Yeah, I
option
think
up the
that
middle.
I think that was a design pass play, and I think it was just alert man off.
Nobody
the
was there. He saw the hole.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Gain of 11 yards.
Robinson with a
to
gain
the
of
20.
11, and yeah, I mean,
Second down
sometimes
and
you have to
10.
make a lot out of nothing, and he did that right there. I mean, I don't know what the play call was, but it seemed like he was rolling out for a pass, and when you don't have time, sometimes you have to make it your own.
You see that a lot in high school and college football, Tommy. It's just the fact that the lines aren't the NFL quality here. I mean, you don't have all the time to sit back there and wait for an option to open up downfield. Sometimes you have to tuck and run.
Yep. 2nd and 10 for the Colonials. Made up a lot of ground quick. Robinson under center. Lang in motion. And quarterback keeper. And his blockers were moving downfield, but, I mean, there weren't any blocks set, and it looks like it's going to be around 3rd and 10.
Keeper by Robinson for a 5-yard gain. To
5-yard gain. It's hard for us to see from the side that we're on the field what happens on the opposite side. But, I mean, that was a good run. It didn't look like he got as much, but, hey, I'm not complaining. So about 7 minutes left. It's 3rd and 5 for the Colonials, who are up 14-0 against James Buchanan Rockets. And looks like Kirby in the backfield. Fabricki in motion. He's going to get the pitch, and he's going to hit the whole
pitch.
run.
He's fine. He's gaining yards.
And that's a great run by Fabricki. Takes him down to about the 40, we'll say 46, 47-yard line. And his patience just impresses me every time. His ability to wait for the whole turn on a dime, really. And it's just effortless for him. It feels like there's not a player on the field that can keep up with him.
No, he just shifts from 1st to 5th in a matter of a second.
And just like that, the Colonials 1st and 10, ball on the 46-yard line, and we'll see what they come with. Rockets have really yet to find an answer on defense, it seems like. Lang in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Lang. He's going to take it on the outside. And
Lang breaking tackles.
Just keeps on moving forward, and looks like a 1st down, depending on the spot. It's going to be close.
I think they're going to place him at the 40, Tommy. He has to be over. Yep, the chains are moving.
Yep. Although it looked like he must have stepped out of bounds because they put him down at the 44-yard line, actually. But, hey, it's enough for a 1st down. We'll go with it. Colonials go up to the line. And it looks like, if I know anything, Fabricki's going to be in motion here. There's the motion. And it looks like it's going to be a handoff to, couldn't see who. Malik Kirby, I want to say. Yep, handoff Malik Kirby.
Malik Kirby for a 2-yard gain.
And it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Colonials as they put together another impressive drive that not only is getting the yards, but it's also eating the clock, which is huge in high school football. You want to keep the ball out of the other team's offense, and that's exactly what they're doing. And it's a pitch.
Toss.
Number 3.
Oh, he's going to go all the way, Tommy.
Not a chance. And just like that, the
Into the end
Colonials
zone.
break this game open. Antonio Efford breaks the outside. We haven't called his name much this game, but when we did, it was definitely worth it. That's a touchdown.
No, he definitely picked up about 40 yards there, Tommy.
And just like that, with 5:12 left in the first half, Colonials lead 20-0, pending whether or not it looks like they're doing the swinging gate again for a 2-point conversion. Let's see what happens. Robinson in shotgun, Lee Kirby behind him. Robinson takes it. He's going to pass. And incomplete pass to Bruno Fabricki. I like the play call. It just it didn't connect. But regardless, an impressive run by Antonio Efford. And just like that, the Colonials have a 20-point lead in the first
5
half.
minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first half.
Colonial band's moving its way to the backfield. Tommy, they're getting ready.
And the Colonials,
excited.
I don't know if you noticed this, Zach, but their kicking unit's already out there. They're ready to go. And
They're amped up.
I feel like the Rockets are getting worn down. I mean, it can't be easy defending so many fast players. It just, you can't condition for that. You can't condition for that type of talent set, which the Colonials have so many weapons. Who do you try to focus on? You can't. And
No.
that's what we've seen on these past
There's a lot of
3
playmakers
touchdowns.
for the Colonials, that's for sure.
And they're not afraid to spread the ball out to multiple players.
These Colonials, they're light, they're strong, they're fast.
Squib kick received by number 34. And he's going to take it to the outside. And
Looks like he's going to get pushed out of bounds.
yeah, around the 36-yard line. Not a bad return.
Kick return by number 34, Dalton Bray, to the James Buchanan 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
Colonial defense taking the field.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of passing from from Sebastian Wise here. I feel like you're down by 20 points in the first half. You've had success passing. I feel like you have to start airing it out more and try to keep control of the clock, keep the ball in your possession, and try to get some big yards. He draws back to pass. Wise, big throw. Wide receiver gets separation. He comes back to the ball.
Incomplete.
And that was good defense by Bruno Fabricki. He definitely kept up with him. And I can't tell who the other defensive back was who ran with him. But, I mean, the Colonials were all over that. The wide receiver tried making separation. The Colonials were just able to contain it, and the throw was a little behind, so that definitely was a factor. But regardless, the Colonials showed that, hey, we can defend the pass just as well as we defend the run.
The Rockets have to have it in their head that they need to score before this half is over. That way they can go into the locker room and have some positive thing to think about.
10-yard penalty.
Something to bring them back out.
And it looks like there was a holding against the Rockets. Not only do you have an incomplete pass on first down, you get moved back 10 more yards. So now it's 1st and 20.
25-yard line.
So
Second
it looks like they're going to take a timeout, a well-needed timeout.
Their coach has been doing a lot of talking to them.
Yeah, communication's key in any level, any sport, but especially in high school football, I feel like sometimes it can feel like the game's getting out of hand to the players. It's a coach's job to put it back in perspective. Hey, guys, they put up 20 points on us. Why can't we put 20 points up on them? I feel like if you're James Buchanan, you have to be drawing something up. I mean, this timeout, it's 1st and 21. You're getting down to the end of the half. You're down by 20 points. You have to be drawing up something. You have to come out with a big statement play here because you don't want this game to get any worse yet. I mean, you want to have at least a little bit of hope or momentum going into the half. So I think a big splash play is coming up here. Wise drops back to pass, goes through his motions.
He's wrapped up.
He's sacked by number 50.
Quarterback sacked by number 63.
63.
Sean Loring.
And that was big for the Colonials.
Sean Loring.
Yeah, I mean,
Yard line.
it looked like the Rockets had something drawn up, but Colonials had the eraser. So we'll go with that. 2nd and 26. About 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the half, and Colonials are showing some dominance here at home. Wise in the shotgun as he's been all night. Man in motion. Looks like they're going to run a pitch and stopped in the backfield by, it looks like Shane Loring again. No, I'm sorry. No, that was number 63. Yep. And that's huge. I mean,
Stoner on the carry, tackled for a loss by Sean Loring.
now it's 3rd, and we're going to get an updated
And long.
scoreboard in a second. 3rd and 33 on the 13-yard line, and not much good can come out of this. So we'll see what they have drawn up here. Maybe just throw it deep and hope for a jump ball. Good catch.
Pass is caught.
Oh, it looks like it may have been a...
I believe he was down, Tommy.
Was he?
Pass completed to Dalton Gray.
Dalton Gray
James Buchanan
picked up some yards, but it's
26
not going to
yard
be
line.
enough to move the sticks.
And I'm curious why that play was called. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they thought they could get some open space in the middle and
This
open up for a
Colonial
big...
defense is quick.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. You can try those under passes, but the Colonial... Oh, this could be bad. And it's
Blocked
a block.
punt.
And I don't know what to say about that. I mean, Colonials are going to give the ball where they thought they were going to originally get the ball for a possible fumble. So nothing lost in the end result of the previous play, and the Colonials are set up perfectly.
Direction, ball spotted at the 24.
Ball spot at the 24-yard line, and the Colonials are set up to score again. I mean, 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. That's plenty of time to get some points down here.
Well, they are definitely dominating the first half, Tommy. I think they're going to score as many points as they can.
Rightfully so. And it looks like Robinson's going to drop back to pass. He has a guy, and I don't know.
I don't think he knew the ball was coming to him.
Yeah. That was for Lang.
Pass intended for Verzel.
Or no,
Second down
Verzel.
and 10, Colonial.
Lang was in the backfield with him, I believe.
I feel like, honestly, neither receiver knew who that was intended for, which is unfortunate because it was a nice rollout, and he had essentially 2 guys open, but sometimes you roll the dice, and, I mean, when you're this close on your side of the field, it doesn't hurt to try something.
No, momentum is in the Colonials' favor tonight, Tommy. They're going to try some plays, gain some yards. They're going to take some more chances tonight. See how far they can push it.
And for Brookie, he goes into partial motion, and it looks like
he's wrapped up
yeah,
for a loss.
I don't know where they're going to spot forward progress there. It may be generous.
Carry by Colby Verano for a 1-yard gain to the 23.
And as I said, a very
Third down
generous spot
9.
on that one. So 3rd and 9, Colonials need to get something going. Don't want to have your first 3 and out when you start at the 24-yard line. So hopefully they have a play that could adequately disqualify that from happening on this drive. Robinson under center. And it looks like it's going to be a keeper, and the Rockets are all over it. So now on 4th down, Zach, what's your call here? You go for it?
Robinson.
I mean,
They're far enough down the field. I don't know how the kicking game is for the Colonials, but I think at this point they're going to go for it.
well, and I feel like we've seen last home game and this home game, the kicking unit has had trouble getting the ball into the holder's hands. And the last thing you want to do is not even give your kicker a chance and throw away an opportunity to possibly get a first down. So we're going to go 4th and 8. The Colonials are going to go for it. Robinson under center. It looks like Lang in motion. And it's going to be a pass play. He rolls out. Oh, that's a drop by number 13 for the Colonials.
Colby Verano.
Yeah, that's tough, but I don't think he had enough daylight to get the first down anyway.
No.
So Colonials first turnover on downs, and you hate to see it when you're that close. I mean, you start with great field position off of a fantastic special teams play and just not able to capitalize. But, I mean, you have a minute left, 20-0 lead before halftime. Just hold it here, make sure you don't give up a big play, and go in the locker room, regroup, and tell yourself, how are we going to make sure that we continue to dominate this game? Wise out of shotgun formation. Number 11 in motion. Looks like it's going to be a pass. Feels the pressure, gets out of the pocket, slides, and that was a smart play by Wise.
Up to about the 30-yard line, Tommy.
And it looks like they're going to spot him short of the first down. And
Scramble by Wise.
the Rockets are going to go and hurry up formation. Wise in the backfield.
Brian Andrews.
Drops back, looks to pass, and he's going to
He's
be
wrapped
sacked.
up in the backfield.
And Verano was the first one to get there, and that was huge. So now it looks like the Rockets are going to burn a timeout here. Second one of the game, and 34 seconds left. You want to get down there. You want to try to make an impact, because to go into the locker room without putting up any points, it's a tough sell to your players that, hey, we need to stay in this game. We're still in it. Where if you can get 6 points or 7 or even 8, at least you have something to build off of. Without scoring points, it's a tough sell as a coach. And I don't know if you noticed on that last play, the whole offensive line just collapsed down trying to cut down the Colonial defense, and the defense wasn't having it. I mean, these Colonial players, they have a certain edge to them that I feel like they're playing smart. They're not just playing hard, but they're playing smart, and they're strategizing on how to make sure they don't fall into their own routine. Wise out of the shotgun, has a couple of receivers spread out. Wise back to pass, and it looks like it's going to be a screen play and fumble, and the Colonials recover with about, and they need to stop the clock. I think the Colonials should get a couple seconds back. I don't know how well the referees are with clock management, but that was huge for the Colonials.
Either way, they have 24 seconds left on the clock.
Take over at the James Buchanan 35.
And the Colonials get one more chance at it. We'll see. I would say you have to try to score some points here. I mean, it doesn't hurt.
They're definitely not going to just take a knee and go in.
Robinson under center. Kirby in the backfield. It's going to be a pass by Robinson. He wants it all, and just
out of reach.
And that's been his problem this whole not only this game, but in previous games. It's just he's overthrowing targets. He's just overthrowing by 2 or 3 yards. I mean, if he can get that down, the Colonials will be very dangerous, because these receivers are able to create space quick. So 18 seconds left. I say throw it again.
Right, throw it again. You know, Tommy, sometimes I think these receivers, they see the ball go up like that, and they slow down, and they think about how far they need to move.
That's a very valid point, yep. Lang in motion. Robinson pitches to Lang. Lang's going to take some open space.
Lang moving, wheels on him. Breaking tackles, and
looks like he stepped out. 8.6 seconds left, and it's almost a good thing they stepped out of bounds, because if he would have kept playing around in inbounds, it may have ran the clock down too much.
And that's an Albert Gallatin first down.
Colonials get another first down, and we have a first and goal with 8.6 seconds left. What's your play call, Zach?
You know, a lot of times you'll see them throw a quick pass out to the side and go in, but
that's one thing the Colonials haven't done, is a quick hit across the middle, or a quick leak out valve, run in the flat. So that'd be an interesting dynamic, that you're in the perfect spot to do it.
I think we're going to see a pitch to the outside, Tommy.
Throw down the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Colonials. I could not see the number, unfortunately. I want to say it was Dylan Shea, number 6.
To number 6, Dylan
Shea. Dylan Shea with it. And just like that, with 4.6 seconds left, the Colonials scored another touchdown, and we have a 26-0 ball game pending. Looks like they're going to kick an extra point here.
I tell you, Tommy, it's not just one player out here scoring these touchdowns. Colonials have a lot of weapons out here, and they are utilizing every one of them.
Good snap. Good hold, good kick. And just like that, the Colonials take a 27-0 lead over the Rockets. That's a textbook extra point. You don't see that much in high school football, so kudos to the Colonials. That was great.
James Buchanan, 0.
And Colonials, they're really cruising here. They're 4 for 5 on possession to touchdowns. So, touchdowns to possession. So, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that as an offense. So,
morale is definitely up.
Pending 4.6 seconds, the Colonials defense is pitching a perfect game. So we'll see. And the student section's loving this. And it looks like a squib kick. A little trouble fielding it. Uh-oh.
Little muff.
And the Colonials are all over him. And
flag on the play, Tommy.
Yeah, you know,
I think that might be a personal foul.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't blame a kid for trying to swallow up the guy for a loss. I don't know. I don't know if I like that unless it was a face mask, but I guess we'll find out.
Personal foul, face mask.
And that's what it was, a face mask. I mean, that's understandable.
That's there to protect the players.
Yep, for sure. I thought it was going to be a late hit or unnecessary roughness, and I would kind of contradict that. But, I mean, a face mask is a face mask, and there's not much up for discussion on that one. So it looks like James Buchanan gets one play. Don't want to waste this opportunity. May go for broke on this play call. Keep an eye on number 34 for the Rockets, Dalton Bray. I feel like Wise is going to look his direction for a long pass. Actually, no, it goes to number 11, short dump-off pass. And it looks like the Colonials are going to go into the half with the score 27-0. So right now we have the score is AG 27, James Buchanan 0. We will be back with Albert Gallatin Marching Band on AGTV Sports on Fayette TV channel 77 at agtvsports.com. I'm Tommy. I'm with Zach, and I'll see you after halftime.
And now, the Fine Arts Department at Albert Gallatin High School is proud to present the Colonial Marching Band. This year's show, entitled The 2020 Experience, is a selection of some of the biggest hits by artist Justin Timberlake. Our show opens with Suit and Tie, the first single on Timberlake's third album. Next, you will hear the ever-popular Cry Me a River, the euphonium and flute duet by the drum majors. Our show closes with the Grammy-nominated hit, Mirrors. The band is under the direction of Mr. C.J. Durso, assisted by Mr. Charles Gibson, auxiliary coordinator Mrs. Amber Hildock, and percussion instructor Ms. Elizabeth Rockwell. The drum majors for this year are Nathaniel Gibson and Taylor Tubbs. Once again, give it up for your Albert Gallatin Colonial Marching Band.
And we're back on Fayette TV channel 77 on AGTVsports.com. I'm Tommy Victor along with Zach Wood. We're going to return to the action in a moment. Both teams stretching after a very dominant first half by the Colonials of a score 27-0. Colonial defense doing a very, very good job of basically not allowing the Rockets to generate any offense whatsoever. And the Colonial offense has been almost perfect. One possession where didn't result in points, but regardless, Colonials are able to create a big lead and hopefully carry it into the second half and put this game away and improve to 3-0 on the season.
Well, this team's definitely fired up, taking the field, Tommy. Look at the hustle in every one of these guys out here tonight.
And it looks like they put a little bit of extra time on the clock.
Little fog on the horizon.
And as we wait, Zach, what's your opinion? What do you think are going to be key points that both teams try to improve on coming into the second half?
Well, I think the Rockets are going to come out. I don't think we're going to see a ton of big plays from them, but I definitely think they're going to come out here, start over, say, hey, new half, new game. Go out here, try to move the sticks. And I think the Colonials are just so amped up right now that it's going to be hard to stop them. The defense is going to be a giant steamroller out here.
I feel like the Colonials are having a tough time stalling. I mean, we've seen a couple penalties that hurt the Colonials or may have helped the Rockets, but these Colonials, they just power through it and they're just playing better. They're the better team, at least in the first half. And I feel like if you're the Rockets, you're getting the ball here, so you have to come out firing. I mean, you're going to see a lot of pass plays. You're going to see a lot of outside runs. And I feel like the Colonials are ready. I mean, if you're the Colonials, you have to expect that they're going to try to make big splash plays on you to try to close this deficit up. And I mean, the Colonials, when they want to get in the backfield, they're getting in the backfield. I mean, it's almost effortless. It's just a matter of when they call blitz and when they don't. So we'll see if the Rockets have found a scheme that could kind of counteract just the pure strength of the Colonials.
Well, the Rockets are definitely going to have to change some things up if they want to end up on the scoreboard tonight.
And it looks like we have about 48 seconds before we're going to get underway. And wonder if the Colonials are going to kick another squib kick. We've seen a majority of them have been squib kicks, but also they sent one deep, and it almost broke for a big run, but fortunately for the Colonials, it did not, and rather it resulted in I believe a 10-yard penalty, a 15-yard penalty against the Rockets. And I mean, it's just the Colonials have been able to do everything right when they have to. I mean, they were down at the half-yard line. They threw the defense off. They were able to get encroachment penalty, and that's what the good teams do. The good teams are able to get out of bad situations quick and not allow the other team to lurk around and have the opportunity to change the tide of a game.
Right, it looks like the Colonials, they're taking the bad with the good tonight, not letting the penalties get to them. They're still moving the chains, and they are still stopping the offense tonight.
And it looks like we're getting set for kickoff. Rockets have to be on high alert on these kickoffs. They've had some trouble fielding it cleanly, and the Colonials are not shy to get in their face and try to cause a turnover early. So here we go with the kickoff. And it's going to be a squib, and there's a bounce, luckily in the hands of number 31, and he's going to take it.
Breaking tackles.
Yep. Good return down to about the 30, we'll say 6-yard line, 37. See where the exact spot is.
Opening kickoff returned by Logan.
But here we go. It's going to be
the James Buchanan
Colonials defense prove that, hey, we pitched a perfect game in the first half, and we're not scared to do it for the second half. So
I definitely think we're going to see some changes in the Rockets' offense for the second half, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can't come out with the same game plan just because you are so
it didn't work in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, you're so out of options, and here we go. It's going to be a pass by Wise. He has a lot of time in the pocket, but pocket collapse, and it's a sack by number 50. I can't tell if it's 53 or 63. It's 69 for the Colonials. That's going to be
Nico Mickens.
Nico Mickens, and he was on the ground, and he saw 2 feet moving, and he said, I'm going to grab those, and it results in a sack. So it's going to be 2nd and 13 for the Rockets, and Colonials defense off to a good start out of this first halftime. Wise in the shotgun formation, has a man to his right, surveys the field, and it looks like it's going to be a handoff to number 31 for the Rockets.
Not much of a gain there, Tommy.
And it's going to be 3rd and 13. Can the Colonials force another 3 and out? That's going to be a big question because that's demoralizing if you're the Rockets after I can only imagine a fiery halftime speech. And it looks like another handoff and another 4th down for the Rockets coming up. And it looks like they're going to send the punt unit out.
Ooh, number 4 there for the Rockets. Hunter Smith seems to be hobbling off the field there.
Yeah, it looks like he's struggling a bit. Hopefully nothing serious, but
hopefully he just stretches that leg out and he's good to go.
Yep. Having trouble putting his weight on his right foot. So it looks like the Colonials are ready to receive this punt. And already a timeout. I can't tell.
Must be on injury. Well,
James Buchanan burns a timeout early. And, you know, timeouts are valuable. And like any asset, they increase in value as the game goes on. And I feel like they're going to need those timeouts if they plan on having a big comeback. I mean, oftentimes you see teams, they use a timeout for a mental error. And I mean, on that situation there, a delay of a game only puts you back 5 yards. Sometimes is it worth holding on to the timeout till the end of the game and then just eating 5 yards? I mean, it's a valid question. I feel like it's almost taboo that it's not thought of. But, I mean, right there, I would have just ate the 5-yard penalty, and I'm carrying 3 timeouts still instead of 2.
Suffer your losses, you're only 5 yards back.
Yep. I mean, you're punting anyway. So here we go again. We're going to try it again. And
flag on the play here. Let's see what's going to come in.
And it's going to be against the Rockets.
Is that a false start?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. And there's the 5
yards.
yards.
5 yards. They lost it anyways. Well, hey, they stopped the clock again.
Here we go with the punt.
Ooh,
Clean
nice
punt, line drive, and
it looks like they're going to let the Rockets
Yep.
have this one.
which is a smart play. You're going to get the ball around the 41, 42-yard line and
Punt by Donnelly. Spotted.
see what the Colonial offense looks like coming out here.
Albert Gallatin. 37.
The last thing you want to do if you're the Colonials, you don't want to stall out. You don't want to get into this play it safe mentality because usually that's when you give up a huge lead. So if I'm the Colonials, I'm coming out, I'm doing the same exact thing I did in the first half. Just pedal to the metal, nonstop, in your face. We're going to score on you. So we have Robinson under center, Kirby in the backfield, and Lang in motion. Hand off to Kirby, and he's going to just bulldoze through this Rockets defense. And it looks like we have an injured Rocket down on the field.
Definitely too early in the game to start playing safe, Tommy.
Yeah.
Injury on the play.
Need to keep putting points up on the board,
Buchanan, Grant
keep
out.
the team fired up.
Yep. And it looks like we're going to have an injury timeout here, so maybe a chance for both teams to kind of, okay, we filled out what each side's going to try to do in the first half or in the second half opposed to the first half. Let's try to adjust. But hopefully the Rocket player is able to get up on his own will and this isn't a major injury. There's still a decent amount of people here at the stadium, which in previous years was not a sight often seen by Colonials, but the fans are staying here, they're supporting, and you need that. I feel like in a small town sports setting, you need the motivation from the community and from the crowd. And I mean, it's great for these kids to have the support of family members, community members, student section's packed. I mean, it's great. It's a great environment, and it looks like number 5 for the Rockets is able to get up on his own will. And here we go. We're going to get back at it. So Colonials are going to have a 2nd and 2 on the 45-yard line. 9:45 left to play.
On the play.
And score is still
Second down
27-0
and 2.
Colonials.
Like we were talking about before, Tommy, you don't want to give up putting up points this early in the game. Even in the NFL, you see the teams don't really lay off anymore. They keep continuing to put points on the board if they can.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not attacking, then what are you trying to accomplish? And Kirby with another run up the middle.
Big run there.
Yeah.
Gain of maybe 13 yards.
He's a downhill runner, and it's hard for a defense to try to contain him. It's just he barrels through him, and it's 8 yards here, 10 yards there, and that's what you need if you're going to win a game. First and 10, ball on the 45-yard line. Verano in the backfield, laying in motion, handoff to Verano, and looks like he's going to get about 5 yards on the carry.
Boy, you can really hear the student section and the Colonial band out there in the distance.
Verano for a 4-yard gain to the 41-yard
And you
line.
know that the players can hear that and feed off of that energy. I mean, it's a big factor, and it's a home field advantage that I feel like in previous years it wasn't there, where now it's definitely a presence it's felt by not only the Colonials but the away team visiting.
Definitely. There's nothing like a home field advantage when you have fans to cheer you on.
2nd and 6 for the Colonials. Lang in motion. Robinson pitches to Lang.
Lang picking
And
up some speed
wow.
and rolling.
And that's going to be a touchdown for Lang. Wow.
Carry by Caleb Lang. Stepped out of bounds.
Oh,
at
he
the
stepped out of bounds.
15-yard line.
Regardless, a great run by Lang. And did you see the Rocket defender? I don't know why, but he ran past him. It was it was like he overshot the tackle. I don't know how to describe it, but like I said, it's on the other side of the field, so we can't see the angle or anything. But it almost looked like he
had all that momentum and couldn't stop.
Yeah. So Colonials in the red zone on the 15-yard line. Kirby in the backfield.
Ball goes to Kirby. Moving forward, diving. Does he have touchdown? It's Malik Kirby with the touchdown.
And that's huge.
15 yards.
Great run.
Into the end zone.
Hard down the middle. And
Gallatin Colonials.
I mean,
touchdown.
looks like this is Colonials domination in the second half, carrying from the first. Let's see if they go for the extra point or elect to go for two. And it looks like they're going to go for two here. And that's in for a two-point
conversion for the
two-point
Colonials.
conversion. And just like that, your score is Colonials 35, the James Buchanan Rockets 0. 7:52 left in the third quarter, and the Colonials have all the momentum and all the control of this game.
I tell you, Tommy, that band gets louder and louder.
Student section's not stopping either. It's really nice to see. It has to be an intimidation factor that the Colonials are lined up ready to go, and the Rockets are they're trying to get themselves together to even get out on the field. It has to be a mental thing that the Colonials are they're relentless.
No, I do not think the Rockets anticipated this tonight.
And 31 trying to make something out of nothing, and he's going to be stopped around the 25, 26-yard line, depending where the spot is. And Colonial defense is going to go back to work.
Kickoff returned by Logan Miller. 5-yard return to the 28-yard line.
28-yard line,
number
so
74, Noah Flowers.
All right, and they're ready to start the drive. Let's see what happens.
Wise in the shotgun formation, as we've seen all night. And it looks like it's going to be
Dumps
a
it
handoff.
off quick. Swallowed up really quick there, Tommy.
Yep, and that's the MO of this Colonial defense so far tonight and for a majority of the season. Just swarms to the ball, not afraid to penetrate the backfield and get a stop.
By number 72, Brian Andrews.
Couple Rocket substitutions, it looks like, maybe going with a different look. Wise makes a play call. Rockets get to the line.
What do you think's going through Wise's head right now, Tommy?
I feel like he's, I mean, when he has time, he's making good throws, but as you can see right there, more pressure on him. And it looks like it's going to be a sack by, I'm sorry, I can't tell the number, but a Colonial defender is able to penetrate quickly and bring him down. And if you're Wise, there's nothing you could do. I mean, there's no time.
He's thinking this line, it just breaks right through every time. There's been a lot of pressure on Wise tonight.
And just like that, it's 3rd and 16.
Mace. attention, number 70, Braxton Turner.
And it's 3rd and 16. Wise is thinking, I need to make a play here quick because I have not had time. It's a fumble.
Wise fumbles the ball, picks it up.
Goes nowhere fast.
Oh, he took a hard hit there,
Yep.
Tom.
And the Colonials pin them back, force a 4th down, and seems like I've been saying the same thing over and over.
4th and long.
Yep, 4th
That's
and
what we
long,
gotta
and
say.
Colonials are ready to receive a punt. Fabricki's back, and I'd like to see him try to return one. This punter's been pretty good at making sure that he doesn't have the opportunity to return one. Except right now, I think he's going to get his chance. Here we go, Fabricki. Good return, down to about the 31, 32-yard line.
line, I would say.
Solid return.
Returned by Bruno Fabricki.
His first chance of returning one for the night, and I feel like it was a successful one.
Line.
Colonials have a short field to work with. I can't imagine they're going to have any trouble getting close to the end zone if the history of this game has any telling on the future.
Looks like Fabricki. Getting a little information from the side.
Yeah, there may be. Colonials look like they're going to have to use a timeout.
Little confusion on the field here right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is, but looks like they're trying to resolve it. Oh, we have a new quarterback in the game for the Colonials.
Looks like it's going to be, is that Quentin Larkin?
Yes. Freshman quarterback. And it looks like a big run from Malik Kirby down to about the 6-yard line. And Colonials didn't miss a beat with the new quarterback.
No. Funny story, Tommy. I actually remember teaching Quentin Larkin when he was in 3rd grade, if you can believe that. It's definitely grown up a lot since then.
Showing your age a bit, Zach.
And then Albert Gallatin, first down.
And the Colonials, just like that, back in the red zone, ready to hopefully stack this lead on even higher. You wonder if the Colonials are going to give the freshman a chance to pass the ball.
I think they're wanting to test his abilities now, Tommy.
I'd like to
Not
see
a better
it.
chance.
Yep.
And takes the snap.
Looks like a handoff to
Quick draw up the middle. Doesn't pick up too much there.
no. It's going to be about 2nd and 5. Yeah.
Carry by Colby Verano.
Yeah, 5 yards to the end zone.
2-yard gain.
I don't see an issue with letting the young freshman try to throw a touchdown pass and a little experience, get to see what it's like, game speed. And I mean, when you're winning by 35 points, I think you are allowed to experiment a little bit.
You got to let the younger players get their chance to play when they can. That's the only way they're going to gain real game experience, because that's the future generation of the team.
Yep. Looks like a handoff, and it looks like a Colonial touchdown. Number 13, Colby Verano, and the Colonials are showing the dominance, showing why they're 2-0, about to be 3-0.
Zone 4, and Albert Gallatin, Colonial touchdown.
And looks like the Colonials are going to, I don't know if they're going to go for 2 or try to kick it. And they're going to try to kick it.
They're going to give this snapper a little bit of practice, some experience.
The extra point unit's been on point, and That was no difference. When you give him a chance to kick, he'll put it through the uprights.
Conversion attempt by Jace Bowers.
Bowers with his second extra point of the night, 2 for 2. The first one, if you remember, he was attempting was actually a bobbled snap. So
Jace Bowers.
Yep.
Also taught him 3rd grade, same grade as Quentin Larkin. Both grew up. Fair Chance went to Al Wilson.
It's nice to see a freshman kicker. I think that's very promising that he's able to put it through the upright. Is he a freshman, Zach? Is that correct? Or
yeah, freshman.
Yep. So, I mean, you have him for 3 more years. Minute 50 left in the 3rd quarter. Your score is Colonials 42, James Buchanan Rockets 0.
It seems pretty popular now that a lot of teams are taking soccer players to be their kickers.
Yep. It's very common practice, which is kind of common sense if you think about it. And he's going to be stopped around the 39
39-yard line.
And as you can see, Zach, there's the continuing clock we were talking about at halftime. So even less time for James Buchanan to work with.
I think everybody's going to go home for the Colonials in high spirits tonight, Tommy.
Yep. Good showing and
a big win for the community.
Yep. Just hoping they're able to finish this performance. Run up the middle by number 4 for the Rockets, Hunter Smith. And I feel like with that play call, the Rockets kind of admit defeat. I mean, when you run a draw down by 42 points with 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, I feel like you're kind of trying to move the game forward a little quicker. Hopefully, the Rockets give Wise a chance to show off his arm.
I was going to say, all the pressure. I mean, Wise probably just wants to dump that ball right now. He's had so much pressure on him.
He draws back. He has a nice pass, overthrows his target.
Almost intercepted.
That seems like the storyline for both teams in the passing game, just overthrowing targets.
Right.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, your score is Colonials 42, James Buchanan Rockets 0.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, the score: the Albert Gallatin Colonials 42, the James Buchanan Rockets 0.
So we have 12 minutes left. Can the Colonials keep the shutout going? I think they have a very legitimate chance of doing that. I mean, the defense has looked solid from the front all the way to the back. Secondary, linebackers, defensive line, they've all looked solid, and they all look like they're doing their job. And I think that's the key of any defense is just do your job. Just do what your assignment is. Play within your means and focus on the task at hand. I feel like that's what the Colonials have been able to do thus far.
The line's definitely been doing their part, and they're letting the linebackers blitz in. Secondary is also doing very well. This defense has a very good compilation.
Yep. Wise takes a snap, draws back to pass. Oh, hit his target, number 34. Let me check my roster. Number 34.
As intended,
Dalton Bray. Hit him right in the hands. He just missed the ball. And
no excuse. The ball hits you in the hands. You have to catch it.
And I feel bad because Wise is making good decisions. It's not his night. I mean, you'll have that. And I feel like just overall it's not the night the Rockets had in mind. And it's sad to see because they've had their opportunities and they just have kind of wasted them. Punt by the Rockets, low liner. That's going to roll.
Some pressure on the kicker.
Oh! And a touch for Bricky, they're saying. And, well, there's the break to help the Rockets out with their night a little bit.
recovered by number 34, Dalton Bray.
And that's the moment I wish we had instant replay.
Right.
Gallatin 29.
That would really help.
I couldn't tell from our angle, but it was awfully close.
Definitely a lot of excitement right there.
And the Rockets find themselves in striking distance here. Ball on the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Wise in the backfield. Shotgun formation, has a couple backs around him. It looks like it's going to be handoff to number 31.
Nobody was there.
Nope. And it looks like the defense is going to have their first real test with the Rockets down to the 22-yard line. 2nd and 3, and it's going to be the first challenge I feel like this defense faced tonight. So I'm ready to see how they handle the adversity of a play not going their way. You know, we just gave a good series, and now we're back on the field. And there's a fumble.
Missed the snap. He picks it up.
And that's a dead ball.
Down.
Yep. And just when you think the Rockets are helping their cause, it seems like they find a way to hurt it. So back to where they originally started, ball on the 29-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
3rd down and 11.
This has to be a spot where you have to let Wise throw the ball.
Ball
drops back. Oh, almost
interception.
He's taking it the other way. He's going to go. Wow. This is where you want to make sure you don't give up a penalty.
Pass deflected and intercepted by number 29, Maurice Jackson.
And that's huge for the Colonials.
Jackson with the interception.
Yep.
On the play.
Flag on the play.
And if I'm a coach and if it's what I'm thinking it is, that's just frustrating. I mean, you want to be disciplined. Yeah, you're excited, but
what do you think the flag is?
I don't know.
On,
actually,
Tom?
now I thought the flag was going to be more up around the 45-yard line, but this is back. Oh, see, that's a call that you have guys on defense who don't normally play offense, aren't used to setting blocks, and you get that unsafe hit and moves the Colonials back, but they still have possession of the ball, and the defense did its job and didn't give up a score. So with 8:48 left to play, Colonials get the ball around the 12-yard line.
Well, as we saw in the first half, it definitely does not scare the Colonials to be that close to their own end zone.
Not at all. It doesn't change their play calling at all. Quarterback keeper.
He's wrapped up maybe a gain of a yard.
Yeah,
not
maybe
much
around
there.
the 13. Good job of holding on to the ball, though, because the defender was all over that.
By quarterback number 7, Quentin Larkin. Gain of 1. 2nd down.
And Larkin, so far, he's done a nice job of commanding this offense. They really haven't missed a beat with Robinson out. Larkin under center. Motions a man.
Handoff to,
is that Lang?
I believe that's Caleb Lang, number 28.
We've heard his name a lot tonight.
Yes, we have. Caleb Lang and Bruno Fabrici, we've said their name a lot.
Carry by number 29.
Bruno playing both sides of the field.
Yep.
Dominating on both sides, too.
Really just one mistake, and the Colonials were able to make sure it didn't hurt them.
3rd down
so
and 3.
We have 3rd down and 3. Play call. I can't imagine it's anything but an outside run. But I've been wrong before.
Let's see what our new quarterback has in mind.
He's surveying the field, and I like that. Yeah, it's a run down the middle, actually, and I think he got it just with the second effort.
Let's see if the chains are. Looks like
They're
they
moving.
move.
Yep.
Carry by Jackson, 5-yard gain to the 25.
Maurice Jackson with the carry.
By number 12, Wesley Gordon.
There's just another ball carry that's making an impact on this game.
First
I
down.
mean, we're talking 6, 7 different people
Right.
on offense making an impact.
Larkin with a fresh set of downs. Let's see what he makes of this drive.
I feel like this defense is going to get surprised by a pass. And a handoff. Number 24, that's a different name.
Right.
Christian Stone. Good run up the middle, first down. Looks like it's business as usual for the Colonials.
By number 24, Christian Stone. 18-yard gain to the Albert Gallatin 43. And that's a Colonial first down.
And this Colonial crowd still holding strong. It's good to see. Larkin gives the play. He's walking up to the line. His offensive line in front of him has kept him and Robinson clean most of the night. Man in motion. And it looks like quarterback keeper.
Up the middle.
Smart play call, gets about 4 or 5 yards. And just like that, the Colonials are set up for probably a 2nd and 6, depending on the spot. And
Keeper by Larkin.
you got to keep it 2nd and manageable.
5-yard
And
gain.
it doesn't hurt you.
8-yard line.
I tell you, I am excited to see Larkin throw the ball, though. I want to see what he can do.
Yep.
2nd down and 5.
In middle school football, it definitely is the play to run the ball more often, but they need to come out of their shell and throw the ball.
Yep. I think we have Maurice Jackson in the backfield. And he's going to be swallowed up
quickly. That's
really only the 3rd or 4th time that I could recall that this offensive line didn't blow the Rockets out of the water, really.
Jackson for a 1-yard loss to the 47-yard line. 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6.
4 minutes left in the game. Colonials hold a 42-0 lead. We have a backup quarterback in for Colonials, Larkin, and looks like Malik Kirby's night's also come to an end. Larkin under center, man in motion, snaps the ball, pitches it, and he's going to have some room to the outside. That's number 18.
I think that's Nick Hebb.
Nick Hebb. Another freshman, so getting the young guys some experience, taking advantage of
Carry by
the
number
game
10, Jace
experience and the cushion of forgiveness of being up by 42 points.
That was Jace Bowers that carried the ball there.
Oh, sorry.
I was confused myself.
First down.
These numbers are hard to see.
But they are.
Larkin has done an impressive job of surveying the defense every single snap. I mean, he's just staring down, trying to find the coverage, and that's what happens when you watch a lot of film. You can read what a defense is going to try to do. That's a big run.
That's Christian Stone going for, pulling out the stiff arm, breaking tackles. He's going to be down and out at about the 3-yard line.
And that's huge.
Senior Christian Stone, big run. He's going to bring it into 1st and goal.
There's a flag on the field, though.
It's maybe coming back. Let's see.
I think the Colonials are expecting it to come back. Regardless, a great run by Stone, able to break off a couple tacklers and get down to the 3-yard line.
offense, 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
And that's going to set the Colonials back a bit. And there's a little bit of a issue with the scoreboard right now.
At the James Buchanan 47.
There we go, first and 12. It was showing first and 45. I'm not the best at math, but I knew something was off. Ball on the 47-yard line for the Colonials, and they're going to take a knee. And that's going to end this game. With 2 minutes left, the Colonials are going to let the clock bleed out. And I don't know if you could hear Zach, but a couple James Buchanan fans did not like that.
No, they did not.
Keeper by Larkin, loss of 1 yard.
So while we have a little bit of time to talk, as they're going to take another knee, couple big takeaways as the Colonials advance to 3-0 on the season. I think this was by far their most complete game. Really, only one mistake, and it was off of a special teams punt that Bruno Fabricki accidentally touched a football. Besides that, I really didn't see any errors or any hiccups. I mean, a couple penalties that could be costly if it was a closer game for sure. But, I mean, you're going to have penalties in high school football, and the only thing I would say is the Colonials can improve on their discipline and try to make sure that they don't
make the little mistakes.
Yeah, and don't let a big play be brought back by a little mistake. I think that's key, especially when you get into a game that's closer, like maybe a 14-point game, a 7-point game, to where every little mistake is going to be costly and magnified.
It could cost the game. Yeah. Discipline is everything.
Yep. So I think overall the Colonials, great night. Coaches can sleep easy. Players can be happy with their performance. And
1 yard. Turnover.
That's about all I have to say about
the game.
it. So as the clock winds down, we have about 25 seconds left until this is officially over. But both teams played hard. Both teams didn't give up. And Colonials are going to come out with a dominating win, 42-0. And as the teams shake hands already, we're down to 10 seconds. And just want to say thank you to everybody watching. We definitely appreciate your support, and the Colonials appreciate your support, not only here but also watching online. So
I think the community is really going to be tuning into the Colonials, Tommy.
For sure. So tonight's final score is your Albert Gallatin Colonials improving to 3-0 with the score AG 42, James Buchanan 0. Thank you for watching AGTV Sports on Channel 77 Fayette TV. I'm Tommy Victor along with Zach Wood. Have a great night.